Grapevine, so over the weekend it's happened again. A young man in a confrontation with the police, and he ends up dead, and he shouldn't be. Now, allegedly, a off-duty police officer goes to the wrong apartment, sees a man in the apartment, and allegedly thinks that somebody's breaking into her house and shoots him. Now, Botham St. John, he's from the West Indies. He was a resident of that apartment. Here's my question. This is one thing I want to know. Why is it that so many black people are being killed in situations by police that they shouldn't be? And why is it that so many people rush to defend them? There are things that are wrong. We can all agree that a man not doing anything should not be shot dead in his own home. There is absolutely no justification for that. And I don't care if the roles were reversed. I would say exactly the same thing. What is it that when they see black people, the first thing they think they have to do is use deadly force? I don't care if it's a girl still shoplifting in Cincinnati, she got to be tased. I don't care if it's a girl on her phone in a school in Texas, she got to be slammed down on the ground. A girl at a party got to be slammed down. There's a little boy driving away from a party, and you shoot him from a distance. What is it about that? It is the way they see us. The most dangerous thing in the world for black people to reside is in white people's imagination. And you cannot tell me that color does not play a part in this. I don't know a lot about this situation. I'm sure more will unfold. But two things are undeniable. He was in the right place and she was in the wrong place. If that is all this boils down to, is she murdered a man that shouldn't be dead. She did it in a uniform. And absent that uniform, no one will be making these excuses. I think you should hold people in law enforcement to a higher standard than you would the public, not a lower one. If somebody else had done that, she would have been bound over the trial right away. They wouldn't have been giving her a cooling down period and asking what was on her mind and doing all that kind of stuff. This presumption of innocence is gone a little too far. Every time you turn around, there's a situation that shouldn't lead to death that does. I don't know what was on her mind. I know what was on his. What is this woman doing in my apartment and pulling a gun on me? I don't know what the last thought on her mind was. I know what his probably was. I'm dying for no reason at all. And the fact that now they go and try, the thing that galls me even more is that they have to try to humanize him like he's just not like a regular black guy. Like he went to church and he was good and he was, regardless of what he was and what kind of black man he was and what he did or didn't do, he shouldn't be dead. He was in his own home. You don't have to make him an angel so that he can be beyond reproach. He doesn't have to be beyond reproach. He's a man that wasn't doing anything wrong that shouldn't be dead at all. And she should be going to jail for manslaughter. And if she were in a UPS uniform, this wouldn't be a question. But because it's a blue uniform, everybody puts all these nuances into it. You should have the highest standard of judgment. You should be held to a higher standard. There are basic things police officers need to know. If you don't know where you live, how the hell you know how fast I was going? If you can't tell your furniture from somebody else, how can you tell the difference between suspects? And how do people like this find themselves in these situations in police departments? There has to be something that tells you this person wasn't right for this job. And we are the victims of it. So I don't want to hear about Chicago, and I don't want to hear about we don't know what's on her mind. We know two things. He was where he was supposed to be, and she was where she wasn't. And now he's dead. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in a bit. Right now, here's John Legend. This is the Hughley Show.